When you're wrong, you should admit that shit. That's something that I learned as an old man. Um, it's like you shouldn't do it necessarily because it's ethically correct. It's not a moral issue. You should do it because it just feels good, man. It's a lot easier. It's really practical. And I was wrong about the safety bars. A number of you have brought up that I should be using the safety bars inside my rack. And I was kind of dismissive about that. I get a lot of unsolicited advice, and mostly I ignore it. But man, you guys were right about the safety bars. Here, let's look at them. So I've set them really low. You can see that, right? That's like midway up my thigh, I think. Yeah? Because I got a super deep squat. I can get down really low. But it's set to the point where if I'm in the bottom position, the super bottom, my lowest bottom, then all I have to do is slip it off my back and it drops like an inch and I'm completely and totally safe. And I was dead wrong about that, guys, and I shouldn't have ignored your advice. Part of why I ignore people's advice isn't because I think they're wrong. In fact, I'm almost certain that they're right a lot of the times. But it's like, I'm not in a competition. I don't even have really clear set goals. I'm mostly down here for my mental health, and this is a drum I beat all the time. So, I apologize for being repetitive. But if I was like going to compete in a powerlifting competition, I would definitely follow a strict program. I'd probably use Sikistan, the lads at Sikistan. I'd probably buy one of their programs, or Brian Alshuri. I'd probably get one of his programs and I'd prepare properly. And I'd follow it to the letter, But I'm not gonna do that, man. And if I'm just living my life and exercising and I'm following someone else's structure, this is only me, by the way. I'm not saying that you're wrong for doing it. Let's say that I did that and then had some success. Well, then at least in part, I didn't do it. That person did it, I did all the work, but they did all the thinking. And if I'm going to do something, I want it to be mine completely, And I know that seems kind of naive and childlike. And you're probably even thinking but wait, Joe, you're on squat every day. You're following Ivan Jurek. Well, in a way, I guess that's true. But first of all, good luck copying Ivan Jurek. He changes his structure every 2 or 3 weeks. It's an entirely personal strategy. You could probably map it out and find a very loose idea of a program in there. But Jesus, what a hassle that would be. Good luck, I like lifting in a sort of intuitive way. And there are periods where I dial things in stricter and work towards a goal in a more proper way. I'm gonna have to do that with my body weight squat goal at some point. But mostly I like getting up, getting my coffee, sitting on the floor down here and figuring out what I'm gonna do today and figuring out why I'm gonna do it and figuring out what's possible, what's a bad idea, what's a good idea, what's my general state. I'm rambling now, but it's that's part of the enjoyment for me, That being said, the safety bars, guys, it's changed everything. And it's changed everything in a psychological way, Yesterday I squatted 225, which isn't my max. I'm probably max out somewhere around 245, 250, maybe even higher at this point. But 225 is heavy enough so that it scares me. And yesterday, I was a little scared just because it was heavy, you know, and when it sits on your torso like that, you feel that kind of feeling, you know, like it. But that's a very regular range of anxiety, you know. I had no fear of hurting myself, and that the other side of that coin is confidence. Like, I had great confidence under that bar, and as a result, it moved better than it's ever moved. Like, when I was a young man in college, I was squatting in the 300s, and not since then has 225 felt that effortless. And it's a psychological difference created by the added security of the safety bars. So I'm a little embarrassed that I've forgotten your name exactly. Was it Jake? Man, I feel bad even reaching for that. But thank you. It was good advice. And I'm benefiting enormously from it. I'm gonna go for something heavy today. I think I'm gonna do front squats up to something heavy, and then switch to a back squat and do something in the 200s again. I don't know what, I'm not gonna guarantee anything, but I'm definitely over 200 pounds for one, for sure. So it was good advice. I was wrong, you were right. Thanks so much. The safety bars are staying up. Stay tuned, guys. Squats coming up every day. It feels good to tell on yourself. And that's part of the cloud I was riding on today, you know. I was wrong about the safety bars, and I admitted it. I admitted it publicly, out loud. I overheard myself, you overheard me, and now, like, it's time to squat. And I had a great day of squatting today. I've had a great couple days, like, string together. I started with front squats, warmed up in the usual way, just kind of getting somewhere in the ballpark of 3 reps. I should also say that I'm not always including all of my sets. I just kind of like cherry pick them, you know, because otherwise these videos would be insanely long, and as it is, I'm shocked that anyone watches them. So, but like, nobody would watch an hour-and-a-half long video of someone squatting what's essentially child weights. Yeah, you know, I found my groove, my mood was high. I had the usual complaints in that, you know, I'm kind of sleepy, I'm kind of hungry. I felt a little queasy here and there, but overall, a banner day. I was really moving well. I was finding my groove easily, and I felt confident. I felt confident in the front squat. I just like, the last time I tried to max out on this, I failed at 185 and dropped it, and it was super scary and kind of hurt myself a little bit. And I did not, I mean, you'll see it in a minute, but I got 175 and I was too chicken shit about 185, so I went to 180. And that's my new max now. I went up 5 pounds in the front squat. I think this is 155. This is where it started to get tricky, and I was less than confident in my form. But that's to be expected when you're getting near maximal weights. So, that depth is good though. It looked good. It looked good. Okay. So 175 is next. I'm watching it. As always, I'm watching it for the first time with you. I very rarely review the videos before I post them. Occasionally I do though. I don't know. Kind of whimsy. So 175, let's see. This is where I started to get scared, you know? I want to make sure my depth is good here. My upper body position looks pretty okay. My toes are just a little bit out. That depth is good. Yeah, a little bit of that newborn baby deer legs, but that's okay. That moved well. I should have just went to 185. I was scared. I couldn't do it. It's funny. even though the safety bars have boosted my confidence enormously, just having that kind of weight on your throat is scary, you know? And I definitely have come close to passing out a few times. Let's see how this moves. Setup's good, my brace is good. Yeah, I checked, yeah. That looked better. That looked better than the one. I should have went 95. Now I feel like a total puss boy. Anyway, I jump right into back squats. Yeah, I don't know what my problem is. And I just did a few sets of back squats. I wanted to keep my streak over 200 pounds alive. This is 185. I think I hit a pretty easy 3. I expected the transition to be rough from front squat to back. It wasn't. Stance looks good. I'm losing a little weight, so whenever you lose weight, your brace kind of gets fucked up. Yep, I'm totally okay with that. I'm pitched too far forward, as always, but yeah, I have nothing to complain about there. Nothing at all. All right. And then I switched to selfie mode for 205 so I could post it as a short without having to do anything weird. And yeah, this is my old max. I was telling one of my friends last night on here that I had a very suspicious 205 for 1 about a year ago. And this is for 3. And they felt clean. I mean, I'm watching it. So whether or not they're actually clean. Oh, it's super clean. Again, the knees are a little wobbly. I got to work on pressing my knees out. I definitely would get more power that way. And really, I could have had 4. That third one felt a little grindy. But that's that. So yeah, this is Joe in real life. I love you guys. Be good to each other. We're done for the day. See you tomorrow.